Together, we're never together. So Wendy and I had some time to kill, and naturally I wanted to take the Jeep off-road, and she said no. She wanted to do some artsy-fartsy antiquing stuff, and I tried to say no on that. So we decided to just head in the Jeep and drive. I knew a general location that I wanted to go. She had no idea where we were going, and she's cool with that sometimes. She just likes to sit back and enjoy the ride. So I headed down to the South Carolina, North Carolina border. So down by the Lake Jackawees area, that Mustard Ground Road, I recently found out about last year thanks to Campin' Randy and Steve and Josh and Jerry, these guys that I met last year we went wheeling with, and turned me on to this area that I didn't even know existed. You know, about a 2-hour drive from my house. So I decided to take Wendy down there and just hang out on not even Forest Service roads. We just went down some gravel roads. But I heard that there's a covered bridge down there. And being from Ohio, I've seen dozens of old covered bridges. They're everywhere up there. In South Carolina, this is the only one left in existence. And so I decided to take Wendy to check it out, a little bit of nostalgia. And we did, and it's a covered bridge, and it's a nice little park. It's got some acreage to it. You can go on some hiking trails, which I declined because I am not in the hiking shape today, or ever, not in a long time. But we just took a bunch of pictures, and as you can see, it's a beautiful covered bridge. Very accessible. It's right off a nice main road. The creek was low, and I'm talking like just a couple of inches deep, with a bunch of rocks protruding so we could use them as stepping stones, and you can pretty much walk right underneath the bridge and get a good bird's eye view of how they constructed it back then and everything about it. It was very interesting, and we enjoyed it. So as we were leaving Campbell's Bridge, there was a sign that directed us to another bridge called Poinsett Bridge, or Poinsett. It's almost spelled Poinsett, but I guess it's Poinsett, which is very old. They cross a creek not quite as wide as the Campbell Bridge Creek, but a little bit deeper and a little bit faster with a little bit of elevation. There was quite a few little waterfalls in just a little bit that we hiked up it. And the further upstream I went, there was more little waterfalls. So the elevation dropped pretty good. I imagine with a little bit of rain, that's some deep, fast-moving water. The bridge was on the main road from Greenville, South Carolina to Asheville, which back in the horse and buggy days, I imagine probably took about 6 or 7 days to complete this journey. But it's through some beautiful country, so I wouldn't mind sitting on the back of a buggy for 8 hours a day for a week just to look at this stuff. Of course, it'd probably take me a month because I got to stop and look at everything. So then after we left Poinsett Bridge, I decided to head south on some back roads to head to Greenville, North Carolina. And I've heard that there's a waterfall in the middle of downtown Greenville. And I just had to check it out because, you know, it's weird to have all this business and booming city life with a very picturesque nature waterfall. It was kind of weird. I'd reckon it to a little mini Niagara Falls. On the way to Greenville, we passed through a couple small towns, and we took all like little 2-lane highway all the way there, where you see some weird stuff like this, like Uncle Buck's General Store. I don't know what happened to Uncle Buck, but how come nobody took over his legacy to continue the store? I wish this place was open. It looks very interesting. And then this building, which I assume is a house, which is like right on the side of the road, literally. You fall asleep at the wheel and you're taking out somebody's living room. The fanciest food line I've ever seen. Wendy and I can't pass up a thrift shop, so we stopped at this Habitat for Humanity restore. Did it turn out to be, Wendy? Some
hyper wellness something.
Some type of spa. We walked in there and all our redneckery and like, right away I knew we didn't belong.
What do you call that? Hook and bait?
Bait and switch.
Bait and switch, yeah. Because the logo looks, it's the same color. It has the big word home on it.
It happened so much as soon as I walked in, I said, boy, this ain't what I thought. And the girl goes, are you looking for Habitat Humanity? It's a mile and a half down the road that way. Yeah. But then as we got to Greenville, as advertised, there's this beautiful waterfall in the middle of downtown Greenville. Very beautiful. Has a nice big park to it and a bridge that goes over the fall, so you could actually get a really good look at it. However, the park is plagued with these weird angel statues. This one looks like it's eating a child. When you get around to the front, you realize it's just, well, I don't want to say what it looks like, but it's nasty. But luckily, these statues are only on display for the summer. I think it was going April to August, and then they're going to move them somewhere else. They'll creep somebody else out in another city. Alright, so there you have it. 3 places I've never been to. I've lived here 30 plus years. Didn't know any of them existed till just recently. Like, how come no one told me 20 years ago that there was a waterfall in the middle of downtown Greenville? That's weird. And before leaving downtown Greenville, we decided to stop at this store I've never heard of called the Mass General Store, which is this, it's not what I expected, but it's this big store, tourist trap, got all kinds of touristy stuff. It's got all different flavors of apple butter. I love apple butter. And they have all different kinds. As a matter of fact, Wendy picked up some apple butter barbecue sauce that she loves. We get some in Ohio, and we haven't seen it until now. So, and then finish it off with our favorite wings at Quaker Steak and Lube Wings. There might be better wings out there, but we really love these. They had one near us and it closed, so whenever we come across one, we stop and eat. I know. Of course, no trip to Greenville would be complete without a pass through Gaffney, South Carolina, and the water tower that looks like a peach. Where every time I look at it, I see a giant butt. You got some time to kill? Check out my podcast, 10 Minute Off-Road Podcast. It's a podcast for the off-roader with the short attention span. Whew, that's a mouthful. Alright, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to be bothered with all this awesome content. Like the video, let me know. Give a thumbs up. Don't like the video, give it a thumbs down. Got something to say? Leave a comment down below. Enjoy the interaction. Okay, so check out my videos like this one up here, which I always say is my favorite, but that's a lie because it's not. Because this one down here is my favorite. This one up here is my second favorite. Right, thanks for watching.